What's good? What's good? It's your boy DJ Cree back with another video, man. I'm live again. Apologies. I'm looking at my phone, so if y'all happen to come into the video, I'll be able to check y'all out. Apologies for my streams not being all the way up to par. I am doing testing and a whole bunch of other things. A whole bunch of other things right now. But I did want to get into this Jermaine Dupri thing because it's very interesting to me. He was saying some things about, the independent side versus the major side. And y'all check this out.
Comments. This fucking what I said about me asking a question about independent artists. And what's really interesting to me is that you niggas that be talking, I don't think y'all actually know much about me. I started out in Atlanta when there was no fucking rap. Do y'all know? Do you realize this? I started out in Atlanta when there was no rappers. The only rappers that was from Atlanta at this time was Kilo, Hitman, Sammy
Shout
Sam.
out to Kilo. Shout out to Sammy Sam.
Raheem the Dream.
Raheem the Dream.
We had Elwood J mixtapes. We had Success and Effect. These was like the number one. Oh, and Shadi. Can't forget
MC
about Shadi. These are the number one rappers out here, right? When I created Crisscross, first of all, let's clear this up too, because you niggas keep saying this on the thing. Y'all keep saying that my father was the president of Colombia. My dad did not get his job until we made Crisscross a success. I started from the actual bottom of nothing. When Atlanta had no rappers, it was no Killer Mike, it was no T.I., it was no Young Bloods, it was no Ludacris, it wasn't no Outkast, it wasn't nothing. It wasn't even organized noise when I made Crisscross. So imagine a little 17-year-old nigga trying to put a group out. You think I knew where to go to get a deal? I didn't even think about no deal. I grew up in an era in Atlanta when it was Ichiban Records. Ichiban Records was the record company that was in this city, and I thought about signing Crisscross to Ichiban. All I wanted people to do was see these kids and what I saw at Greenbrier Mall. I had no idea about signing to a major or nothing. So when niggas be talking to me, you talking to a different motherfucker. These other people that you talking to, that's cool. But you niggas, it's niggas in my comments right now. Man, listen. It's niggas in my comments. You niggas couldn't even fucking survive. If you ain't have no internet, just imagine this. You niggas didn't have internet. And you had to figure out how to get heard just from being in your city. This is where I come from.
Alright. Now that's the first part of his little rant. And if the stream is a little choppy, I apologize. I am gonna have that fixed next time I get up here. It's a technical thing I got going on today. But I will say this. Jermaine Dupri is a legend, and he knows what he's talking about. But we're gonna get into this next little tidbit, and then we'll break it down for real.
Jermaine Dupri, I don't know why he tweeted this.
To JD's point, there is no benefit for you maintaining your independence if you don't know what to do.
The goal is to get your music to as many possible people that you can.
Absolutely.
Make money off it. Hopefully change people's lives. I don't understand what major and independent even has to do with what the end goal for most artists is.
Ladies and gentlemen, I decided to do this like I saw the boy Stephen A. Smith when he addressed the LeBron shit. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to have that vibe, right? So anyway, so I seen so many people talking about this question that I asked.
He says, I'm a little lost. Can somebody tell me what the goal of being an independent artist is today? Because of all the things that people are chasing is shit major artists do. What's the thing that indie artists do that make it special?
He sounds like a dinosaur.
The way Joe Budden's and his team framed it was as if I was saying majors versus independent. I'm not doing that. In 2010, I put out an artist by the name of Dundria that I found on YouTube. I wrote the song You're the One, and I wrote a lot of her songs that was on her album basically, but I wrote that song specifically, You're the One. And me and Brian Cox produced the record. I put her out. I paid for her video. I paid for her to go on tour with Trey Songz. I was paying everything out my pocket. No help, no backing, no financing, nothing. So understanding the independent space, I did this for the first time since I became who I am in 2010. I learned really, really fast in the process of doing that I basically had to do everything. Now I knew it. And I also was like, shit, I'm going to make all the money. I'm going to try to make the, you know what I mean? I'm going to do this. I'm going to own my masters. I'm going to do all of this, right? So I was there in that space already. So I know exactly why people do it. I understand it. So right after that, I did the Janet Jackson record from the soundtrack, Why Did I Get Married? Tyler Perry actually allowed me to do the soundtrack for that movie. And the soundtrack, I own the master. I did the soundtrack. I did the Janet Jackson record, Nothing. Jonte Austin, myself, Brian Cox, we did that song. So I understand. I understand the independent world. So in no way was I taking a shot. Now, 2 years ago, I did a record with my brother Spitter, right? And we did an album called For Promotional Use Only.
I remember that.
Completely independent.
Hard.
I actually let him and Musa drop the ball as far as showing me the ropes of what they actually do in their world. I see a lot of y'all saying I fumbled Lotto and I dropped the ball on Lotto or whatever you want to say, right? The deal with Lotto and the rap game, right, was that if you win on the show, what you win is a So Def chain and a contract with So Def for Jermaine to produce one song for you and put it out on So Def. I did that independently, right? So a lot of people was like, you know, if they didn't feel that push that they felt on a lot of my other records, it's because it was independent and it was all funded by me. I put all of this music out, all of that shit was all independent from me. Straight independent. Like, I would put it out, Lifetime would put it up on the streaming services. We didn't even go through no distribution company.
That's crazy.
When I did the rap game shit. This was all just straight, real independent shit. What I want people to understand is that when I ask the question, I already think that if you're, this is my mindset. This is what my mindset is. If you're independent, the things that come with independent, these are the things that come in the happy meal of an independent box. Owning your masters, getting your publishing, doing the royalties and you having to pay the royalties to people that you work with, and the freedom. These are things that are standard to me in an independent deal. You never know everything. People believe that you do because you become successful. And I wrote this down in my phone last night because I was going to say this.
Right.
But people believe that I know everything because I've become successful. But I know in my heart of hearts that I don't know everything. And if I ask a question, I know that that's what y'all jump to. Like Jermaine, he should know better than this. That's what Joe Budden said. But I'm just asking a question. So I just want y'all to understand that. I asked the question. Everybody's blowing it out of proportion. People are also answering the question with what they want to say as opposed to what I was asking. I was asking a question about independent artists having their own special shit. Is there something that independent artists have or do that is privy to independent artists? Thank you.
Now, I got a lot to say, and I'm sorry, y'all. My stream is messing up. I hate that when my stream is messing up, I can't really get into my bag the way I want to. But I'm gonna get into it anyway. For those who don't know, I've been behind the scenes doing music for a long time. And one of the very first things I sought to do with doing music is to be 100% independent. Now, Jermaine Dupri was asking questions that he already knows the answer to. I think this was more of a conversational piece to get people talking and thinking about signing versus being independent. But my thing is, I've always had the mind state of being independent, of doing everything yourself or paying everything out of your pocket yourself. Because one, it does come with freedom. And two, it allows you to do things that you wouldn't be able to normally do. You wouldn't be like bound to a contract and bound to people doing things for you. Now, is it a little tougher? Absolutely. But have I been successful? Have I put out groups? Have I helped with management? All the above. May not look like it, but I have. I think where Jermaine Dupri is messing up is he's a major who already has resources and answers. So I think when he says stuff like that, it makes him look like he's being like a a-hole. And truly, Jermaine Dupri is not going to know every level of being a super independent in this day and era. Now, back then, he was right. He is absolutely a legend for going out, seeking, and trying to get the things that he needs. Trying to get a label, trying to get artists signed. He's absolutely one of the best people to talk to, especially for back then. Now, it's a little different because you have more avenues. It's more knowledge between artists and record execs, and more artists are becoming record execs and other types of executives. So I think he could have had a very intelligent conversation that he boiled it down into the simplest form. And from his position, it looked like you were talking down on people. And see, and that's a mistake he shouldn't have made, because it's so many people that so many people are making money off being independent. They're making money almost as much or maybe even more in some cases. You just have to know what you really want out the deal. And that's my thing. You know, he could have he really should have like did like a conference call and put people online and interview people of artists versus major, instead of going this route where, oh, well, I was major. Like, bro, we understand where you're coming from, and that's where the problem lies. You know what I mean? You were in a position for years of soaking up, absorbing that knowledge, and people like me on the ground level, every publishing deal I made, or every publishing thing, copyrights, barcodes, marketing, promotion, I had to read books and learn on my own how one stops work, consignment, like it, so many things, how major distributors work, independent distributors work. You had to learn that all on the fly, understand these big contracts, understand what the wording is in them. So it's very complicated when you get down to the nuts and bolts of it. And it, again, it was a slap in the face. Jermaine Dupri is a slap in the face to the people who live it every day, who try their best, and who make things shake out of nothing. Now, I will say this. If you're going independent, you're going to need money. There's no other way around it. You're gonna need money and you're gonna need time. You make use of your time. But I will say, Jermaine Dupri is no slouch when it comes to the music business, music industry, writing music, making beats. He's no slouch. So I respect him. It ain't. I would never bash somebody, and then he from my city. So it's not about me bashing him, but he should have had a more intelligent conversation because it's a lot to learn. Believe it or not, Jermaine Dupri has more to teach independent and majors than anybody on this planet because he was in both worlds for the longest time. Plus, he is a writer and a producer. So not only he has knowledge on the industry part as a label exec, he also has knowledge on production, on how your splits would go, songwriting, how the splits go on songwriting, just everything and above. And I think he wants to be cool. Come on, man. It is what it is. You want to be cool, but you have a wealth of knowledge. Stop asking independent artists what they should do or whatever, and just give the knowledge that you have. And I think that's the main thing. I ain't even mad at him, but Jermaine Dupri, I think overall is a legend, and he should share more of what he knows and share more of the pitfalls of both. But that's just my analysis of it, man. I had to come live because I wasn't gonna make a single video on just this topic or whatever. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. What do you think about Jermaine Dupri's comments and his stance on it? Make sure y'all tune in for more. I got more stuff coming every single day. Peace.